Chris Christie is still in the hospital here in New Jersey, and he is catching all kinds of hell from people everywhere. There were a few interviews that Chris Christie did, and he pretty much said people need to accept the fact that they're going to die from COVID. If you die, you die. This is how he was talking. But when he got sick with COVID, everybody noticed how he ran as fast as his fat ass could move to the hospital to try to save himself. So many are calling him a hypocrite for seeking treatment after he said to people, you're going to have to accept deaths, but he's not accepting his death. You want to talk all hard and tough until it happens to you. Now you want understanding and sympathy and you want to be helped. But he's not accepting death like he said to everyone else. Ain't that amazing, y'all? All right, so this came out on Newsweek, October 5th, 2020. Chris Christie was branded a hypocrite after he announced he was checking himself into a hospital after experiencing mild symptoms following his coronavirus diagnosis. A move that came months after he said that Americans were going to have to accept high COVID-19 and death. We have to accept death if we get COVID, but not Chris Christie. Not him. He don't have to accept that. Just everybody else. The former New Jersey governor who helped Donald Trump prepare for Tuesday presidential debate announced on Saturday that he was checking himself into a hospital as a precautionary measure. In consultation with my doctors, I checked myself into Morristown Medical Center this afternoon, Christie said on Twitter. While I am feeling good and only have mild symptoms due to my history of asthma, we decided this is an important precautionary measure. Mm-mm-mm. So somebody by the name of Michael David Smith posted on Twitter, when other people got COVID-19, Chris Christie said some Americans are just going to have to die. Now that he has COVID-19, he's checking himself into the hospital as soon as he feels even mild symptoms. When he said we have to accept people dying, he didn't mean himself. He meant us. That is the truth. Mm-mm-mm. So Chris Christie also posted a tweet out here, but the way they got this set up, it's kind of cut off. So, all right. So earlier that day, Christie confirmed that on Twitter that he had tested positive for coronavirus. The news of Christie's hospitalization on Saturday prompted some brand him a hypocrite, citing a CNN interview, which Christie pushed for the country to reopen despite several models forecasting that thousands of people could die daily from COVID-19. Of course, everybody wants to save every life they can, but the question is towards what end ultimately? Christie told CNN Dana Bash in May, are there ways that we can thread the needle here to allow that there are going to be deaths and there are going to be deaths no matter what? Bash then pushed Christie on whether people would be able to accept reopening after a Trump administration model projected daily COVID-19 deaths could top 3,000 by June, and that 134,000 people would die overall. COVID-19 has so far claimed more than 200,000 lives in the US. And Christie responded, they are going to have they are going to have to, Christie replied. Mm-mm-mm. On Saturday, a viral tweet by David Smith compared Christie's recent tweet to comments from the CNN interview. When other people got COVID 19, Christie had "Some Americans are just going to have to die," Smith wrote. Now that he has COVID 19, he's checking himself into the hospital as soon as he feels mild symptoms. When he said we have to accept people dying, he didn't mean him, he meant us. Dr. Eric Ding, an epidemiologist, compared the tweet, adding, "Christie is the biggest hypocrite." So this is a doctor even responding and saying the same thing. He had been contacted for additional comments. Mm-mm-mm. So Christie wrote, and I can see this a little better, and this was on the 3rd of October. "In my consultation with my doctors, I checked myself into Morristown." So he wrote that. And then he came back later and wrote, "I am thankful for our hardworking medical professionals and look forward to coming home soon." So he wrote that from the hospital on the 3rd of October. And he's still there. He has not been released yet. We know some of the obvious things wrong with him, and he's got a weight problem. And on top of a weight problem, this man has asthma and other pre existing conditions where COVID could ultimately kill him. So let's see if he's talking as tough as he was once on that CNN interview where he was talking about people accepting dying from COVID, but he sure isn't accepting himself dying at all. He is a hypocrite. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Many like him are. I have seen and heard these sort of things before. They nonchalantly want to talk about people as long as it doesn't impact them. But see, now that it's impacting him, oh, now he's grateful for the doctors and the care he's getting. He's not talking about dying anymore, is he? Mm-hmm. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.